The Keepers. The Netflix documentary on the mystery surrounding the death of Sister Catherine Cesnik dropped today, putting that old Baltimore story squarely back in the spotlight. ABC 2 News' Brian Kubler spoke with some of the people close to allegations of Father Joseph Maskell.
Jimmy, the documentary focuses much of the attention on the death of Sister Catherine Cesnik and the allegations swirling around Father Joseph Maskell. What was a Baltimore story may soon be a worldwide one.
There's an on-the-record public story of what happened to Sister Cathy.
The Keepers dropped early this morning. The 7-part documentary lays bare to all the theories surrounding the 1969 murder of Sister Cathy Cesnik and the role Father Maskell may have played in it. But the abuse he was accused of is also at issue.
Oh, I think it's a story that is highly relevant, needed to be told.
Sheldon Jacobs represented 13 victims who alleged Maskell abused them some 45 years ago. He was interviewed as part of The Keepers and through his mediation talks with the Catholic Church heard these survivors' stories. He is happy to see this docu-series get traction.
I think it's a story that everybody, Americans throughout the world, should know to be vigilant that there can be people like this.
One of the people Jacobs represented was Teresa Lancaster. We interviewed her by phone last fall, and she told us what Father Maskell did to her.
I was in there with him. He took all my clothes off and had me sit on his lap, and he abused me.
In all, the Archdiocese mediated 13 cases through Jacobs, 11 women and 2 men. A trail of abuse at least some of these survivors are happy to finally see come out.
I want everyone to know what happened so that it doesn't happen again.
The city has its level of corruption.
The Keepers will almost ensure her and other stories do get out there as this docu-series explores not just the abuse but the theory of murder. Already a Facebook page called Justice for Catherine Cesnik is loading up with posts from all over the country. A public awareness, Jacobs says, that might be healing for all of Father Maskell's survivors.
Significant vindication for them. I think I just look at it at that level. And so for me, in my relationships with those survivors, I mean, that's to me, that's probably the most important thing. I think it's wonderful that it's going out to the world, but I'm happiest for, again, individually for these individual survivors.
For its part, the Archdiocese of Baltimore says it prohibited Father Maskell from public ministry back in 1994 when several individuals came forward about abuse. He died in 2001. His remains were exhumed this year to run his DNA with samples found at the murder scene of Sister Cesnik. The lab determined it was not a match.